Hello, girls and boys. It is, you'll never guess, Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. How are you doing? So we are here with our last lesson of the week, but I wanted to make sure we reviewed the problem from yesterday, which was given this expression, 30 divided by 6, which sentence, right, would match that, would make sense to like represent 30 divided by 6. So all week we've been doing this, right? We've been, if I give you a word problem, then what's a model to represent it? Or what's an expression to represent it? And if I give you a model, what's an expression to represent it? So doing all the sort of mixing and matching. So if we take a look at this one, right? We're thinking about what would make sense in a situation where you have 30 of something divided into either 6 equal groups or groups of 6, right? So there's two ways of thinking about division that way. So the first one says there are 30 students in Hall's class, and 6 students are not in class. So if I'm thinking about, so there's 30 students, 6 are not there. So if I were going to write a number sentence for that, I would probably write 30 subtract 6, right? Because that would give me the answer of 24 students. Because there's 30 students, 6 are not there, they're absent. So that's the best sentence that I could come up with. Best expression would be to subtract. So it can't be it can't be A. Let's look at the next one. It says there are 30 students in Ms. Hall's class, and 6 new students join the class. So she already has 30. This is a big class. And 6 more come in. What operation is that? You already have a bunch, you already have a number, and there's more that comes in. That sounds like addition to me, because if she has 30 students and then 6 more students come, that would help you figure out how many students she now has. So this is what happened. There were 30 students and 6 more arrived. Okay? So it cannot be B. That does not make sense, division. All right, let's look at C. There are 30 students in Ms. Hall's class, and the students are in 6 equal groups. All right, so I like equal groups. There's 30 students total. They're broken up into 6 equal groups. This does sound like division, doesn't it? I think it's going to be C. Let's just read D to make sure, okay? So let's put a check, because we think it's going to be C. There are 30 students in Ms. Hall's class. We know that. And each student brings in 6 plastic bottles. Whoa, each student. So if I have one student, she brings in 6 plastic bottles, and another one, that's 6, and another one, that's 6, and another one, that's 6. This sounds like multiplication, where if you have 30 students and they each bring in 6 bottles, that would represent that problem. So that's multiplication. So it can't be that one. So yes, we're right. It's this one. So I'm going to circle C. Okay, so who thought it was C? Anybody think it was C? All right, and if anybody wasn't sure, we're learning right now, okay? This space was optional for you, but sometimes it helps to draw something, right? To draw a model of 30 divided by 6, just because it can help you make sense of what's going on. So one way you could have done that is like this, right? 6 equal groups, and if there's 30 of them, that means there would have been 5 in each group. All right, but you didn't even have to know that there were 5. You don't even need to know that 30 divided by 6 is 5 to figure this out. It's all about understanding the situation. Okay, let's move on to today's lesson, all right? All right, boys and girls, so welcome back. So today we're actually going to reverse what we did yesterday. So instead of doing, I gave you an expression, right? And you did a matched a word problem. I'm going to give you a word problem and let's find out which expression represents it. Okay? So it says there are 8 students in Ms. Garcia's hybrid class. Each student was given 4 books. Okay, so there's 8 students. I'm thinking there's 8 students. That's hair, by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each student was given 4 books. All right, so 4, 4, 4. This feels like multiplication to me. What about you? Right? We've got 8 kids with each with 4 books. Wouldn't that be 8 times 4? So what, do we have 8 times 4 up here? Yes, we do, right there. Okay? So I did a model just to help me, but you may not have had to draw a model just to visualize, wait, there's 8 students. Each student was given 4 books. It doesn't say that there were 8 students or 8 books and then 4 more books. That doesn't make any, right? That's not what it says. It doesn't say that there were 8 students and 4 were absent, where we might subtract. It doesn't say that there were 8 books given out equally to 4 students. Nope, it says that there were 8 students and they were each given 4 books. So that word each means every single kid got 4 books. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4, which is 8 kids with each with 4 books. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. I'm going to read it to you, then I want you to try it. Okay? It says, at summer camp, 72 children were put into 9 equal teams. Now remember, you don't have to be able to do any of these. You don't have to know what 72 divided by 9 is or 72 times 9. You're just trying to match which expression, right, goes with it. I'll help you with actually solving it, okay? How many kids, we don't even have to solve it, that's what I'm saying, okay? But I can help you with that. How many kids were on each team? All right, so I take that back. We do need to solve it. But I will help you with that part. All I want you to focus on right now is which ones would help us to solve it. Okay, that's it. That's all I want you to think about. So pause the video and look at the 4 equations and decide, are there, and I'll give you a hint, there's 2 that would help you solve this. 2 of them, okay? And when you've thought about it and you think you know which ones they are, come back to the video. All right, have you been looking at it? How's it going? Okay, so I think one of them that's pretty obvious is here we have 72 divided by 9, right? Because they're put into 9 equal teams. So they're on 9 equal teams. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's 9 equal teams. But there is another one that would work here. Does 72 times 9 make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. It's not saying that each child was given 9, I don't know, soccer balls or, medals or something. It's not saying that, so it doesn't make any sense. It certainly doesn't make sense that it would be 72 minus 9, right? Because we're talking about 72 kids who were put onto 9 equal teams. So that doesn't really match what's going on here. Now look at C. It says 9 times something equals 72. Well, we do know that there's 9 teams, right? And we know that if we multiply that by the number of kids, on each team, that's going to give us 72. So that does also work. Okay, C also works. All right, so this is a case where you could either think, because you can always think of division as multiplication, right? 72 divided by 9 is the same as 9 times what gives you 72. Okay, so I'll tell you the answer, which you don't need to know right now. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Okay, so there would be 8 kids on each team. All right, which also means that 9 times 8 is 72. Okay? All right, I know these are the more challenging ones, right? But I want you to get that idea that multiplication and division are very connected. All right, so boys and girls, this one I think you can do. Okay, there are 2 correct answers. All right, I'm not going to go over it. I think that it's something that you can handle. If you want to use your visual model, you can do that. All right, but I think you can handle this one. So let's go to the last one, okay, because this is another one where we want to connect multiplication and division. So let's read it. It says, actually, boys and girls, let me read this one to you. I'm not going to solve it, but I want to read it to you. It says there are 4 buses, right, that you go on, buses, with 10 children on each bus. How many children are there in total? So which of these expressions would give you the correct answer and represent it correctly? Okay? So the last one says, for Halloween, Marcia got 24 Skittles. All right, not bad, given everything that's going on. If there are 8 Skittles in each bag, how many bags of Skittles did she get? Oh, I need to read that again. I'm a little confused. For Halloween, Marcia got 24 Skittles. All right, so I'm thinking she got 24 total Skittles, right? She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, 24 Skittles. If there are 8 Skittles in each bag, okay, so there's 8 Skittles in each bag. So there's 8, there's a bag, there's a bag, and there's a bag. Hey, that's pretty good, right? There's 8 Skittles in each bag. Okay. If there are 8 Skittles in each bag, how many bags of Skittles did she get? Oh, well, she got 3. I can see that right there. 1, 2, 3. But the question is, which of these equations would represent what's going on here? Okay? So let's see. Something times 8 equals 24. So we could think of that as how many bags of 8 Skittles would give us 24 Skittles. So there's a question mark there because we weren't sure, right? But we did solve it. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. So if I put 3 here, 3 bags of 8 Skittles equals 24. That does work. Absolutely. Let's look at this one. 24 plus 8 equals, all right, so if we have 24 and we add 8, is that going to tell us how many bags of Skittles there were? No, not at all. It doesn't tell us anything, so it doesn't make any sense. All right. How about this one? 24 divided by 8. So 24 divided into 8, meaning divided into equal bags of 8. So there's 1 bag of 8, 2 bags of 8, 3 bags of 8. So does that one work? The division one? I think it does. Absolutely. 24 minus 8. So that would give us 16. Does that make any sense to what's going on here? Did we take 24 Skittles? If I said, boys and girls, I got 24 Skittles for Halloween and I ate 8 of them, like I chewed them up, then that would represent that problem, that situation. But it doesn't. That's not at all what's happening. So we're going to cross that off. Okay? All right, boys and girls, great job this week. I know it took a lot of work, but this will be really helpful to you. I'll see you soon. All right? Great job. Bye-bye.